warning him he's a phony one, cause I can't allow it. I'm overpowered like Bowser, and your mouth is writing checks with a negative balance. You can't cash that. I don't think it's covered by that Affleck. High side if you want.
Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. This is your host, MagMongoSlade. So we gotta take a look at some apparent racism. I was told that this was racism. Comparing two people because they're similar is racism. That's what I was told. So this comes from Top Dollar, our boy from Hit Row. So he posted a picture online that says "Black is beautiful," and it's a picture that is similar to the Death Row Records Vibe cover. I think it was Vibe or it was The Source. It was one of the two, which is a take on the Casino movie. If you ever seen the movie Casino, they did a movie poster. It's similar. Just a little bit of trivia. Nas, AZ, Nature, and Foxy Brown, when they did The Firm, it was a similar cover. Anyway, Hit Row did this picture, and it says "Black is beautiful," and it's Top Dollar. So somebody decides that they're going to respond to this. It says that apparently, or it seems, Jade Cargill begs to defer. And it's a picture of an AEW fan with a sign that says B-FAB fears Jade Cargill. Which Top Dollar got offended. It says she also liked my tweet. Get a life, loser. Jade Cargill then responded, "I love to see black people winning. I won't let anybody pin that against me. I seen my name and reposted. Didn't look into it. But AJ is family. So next." Later, Top Dollar says, "Y'all are missing the entire point. I don't care if Jade likes, comments, or agrees with the sentiments or the statements. She should feel that way. The point is, these two black women look and act nothing alike, on or off camera, but constantly get compared because they are black women. This is racism. Imagine if you went day without comparing two women of color that are in no way similar. The undercover racism is wild, actually. Scarlett has white hair too, but that comparison is never made. Jade and B look nothing alike. Recognize your own prejudice. The only reason there is a comparison is because there are black women with white hair. The hair is not even the same style. They don't wear the same gear. They don't have the same character. They're not even the same complexion. That's what I'm saying." Okay, so he went with the race. So he went with the racist route. Now, for me, the calling people racist for that kind of stuff it's a really low bar. People are going to compare things that are similar. And whether he wants to believe it or not, there's a similar look between B-FAB and Jade Cargill. It is, okay? That doesn't mean that one was copying the other. It doesn't mean all that kind of crap, but they are similar things. Not too long ago, at some point in 2020, there was a big thread on Twitter where people were comparing the Street Profits and Private Party. I even weighed in on that. I'll put the video in the description probably. But these things happen. When Hikaru Shida and Asuka were champions at the same time in AEW and WWE, people compared them. You know, there really shouldn't have been no comparison. There's like a 15-year age difference, something like that. Different booking philosophies of the companies that they're in. People compare things that they perceive or that are similar to them. It's not racist, dog. Like the racist thing is so bothersome to me because racism is a serious thing that people just throw around so casually. People are real casual about calling other people racists and shit. It's not even prejudiced. It's nothing. It's not negative at all. If anything, the guy should have been shouted down for trying to cause division. If anything, that's what really you should have been attacking him for. You could have been saying like, why are you trying to cause schism between the two of them? Like, that's the problem. Comparing two like objects is not the problem. People are going to compare DC and Marvel comic book movies because they're similar. They're the same genre. Is it comic bookist to do that? How about when Daniel Bryan and Eric Young were champions at the same time, and people were kind of like, "Oh, Eric Young is just doing a Wish version of Daniel Bryan." You know, was that racist? Because it was two undersized baby faces with scraggly beards as world champions of two different wrestling companies at the same time. All of a sudden, was that supposed to be racist? How about when guys compare Adam Cole to Shawn Michaels? Okay, how come it can't be something positive? Now, that's the problem right there, right? Is that it wasn't anything positive. The problem was that the fan was being negative. He was being an asshole. But here's another thing, and this is the biggest thing of it all. You didn't have to respond. You did not have to respond. You could have just completely ignored that. This is what trolls live for. They live to get under your skin. They live to bother you. And he did the stupid thing and let people get him all wound up on Twitter, throwing around racism and discrimination and prejudice and all this shit. It's like, come on, man. Just get the fuck out of here with that. People are just sitting back laughing at you. Of course, they're going to compare two things that are the same. Now, for me, I personally have only really heard people compare Jade Cargill to Bianca Belair. That's the only thing I've ever seen. I didn't even really think to compare her to B-FAB because I didn't look at them as being in any way the same. I didn't even pay attention to B-FAB's hair. It took for, nerds saying they pay closer attention than I do. But when you look at certain people in wrestling, they always compare them to each other. It is what it is. People are going to be compared, even if it's across generations. It could be across ages, across generations, even if it's completely different. People are going to compare. Jim Cornette just was comparing ticket sales in 1951 to ticket sales in 2019. It shouldn't have been any comparison. It's a completely different industry at this point. But people are doing it. People always compare things that are similar. If there's enough similarities between two things, those things are going to be compared to each other. People are going to compare gangster movies. Goodfellas or Casino. Goodfellas and The Godfather. The Departed and some other movie. They're going to compare it because it's the same genre. Okay? It's not fucking racist. To me, it's so low IQ, dog. I was so disappointed in this guy. I'm not surprised because, that's kind of how wrestlers are today. They're so sensitive. It's like, dude, you can't beat Top Dollar with thin skin. Top Dollar, get some sense. Ignore this shit. People are trolling you. You're a goof. Stop doing this shit. Of course, people are going to compare them because they're similar. And whether you want to debate it now, you could say they're not similar enough to be the same as. Now, like I said, this was negative, that should have been called out. If somebody was saying, oh, she's copying Jade Cargill, that would have been enough. Now, if I saw something like that, okay. If one's copying the other, okay. But you didn't need to respond to any of that stuff. You post what you post, and you move on with your day. You go to stop skipping leg day. Let's do that. And, you will stop being shaped like Dr. Robotnik. Get off Twitter. You want to be Suge Knight? Suge Knight would not act like this. Stop. Look, just don't casually throw around racism. Racism is some shit that people take seriously. When people think of racism, people think of church bombings, lynchings. We have gotten to the point where this generation of black people, of which I am one of them, just turn, your lemonade not being that cold into racism. All right? It's like, but there's 3 ice cubes in his Pepsi, and there's 2 ice cubes in mine. That must be ice cubers of racism. It's like, fuck you. Get a fucking life. It's so frustrating. That's just so dumb. The white man's ice is colder, so it gotta be racism. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of here with that. Grow up, dude. I know he's got to be younger than me. He can't possibly be my age. I'm not that old. I feel older than I really am. I look younger than I really am. But I don't dislike Top Dollar, but this was stupid. This was real dumb. And I get people trying to cause division, cause strife. You don't want to stand for that. I get that. But you don't let them knock you off your square either. When you let them knock you off your square, they win. You could dunk on them all day. You can call them racist and all that stuff, and guess what happens? They just laugh. They laugh. That's what they do. Because you've been gotten to. You're selling. Once you start selling it, it's over. It's like, this is stupid. Save the racism for legitimate, serious stuff, and let's keep it wrestling. You know, don't compare the two. If the dude posted something stupid, you should have just blocked them and then called it a day. That's how you handle this situation. He probably would have still got a kick out of you blocking him, but at least he wouldn't have got you rolling around like a magic carp on the goddamn floor, kicking and squealing about how this is discrimination, man. It's prejudice, man. It's like, what? You didn't get kicked out of Walmart for being black. Somebody compared two black women because they're two black women. You know, and you can say, well, they're not the same. And that's it. You know, people deal with that all the time, man. Got to grow up. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, donate to the channel via Subscribe Star, donate to the channel via Cash App. Either way it goes, I salute thee. I still love Hit Row. Top Dollar just you know, kind of pissed me off today. But I'll talk to you guys later, and peace out.
Tell me what's worse than learning all that you led to believe was all horse crap. They distort, so question as if you